So I'm going to close all of this, close all. So let's get back into the actions folder, and I'm going to copy and duplicate this get artist, and I'm going to rename this file as get songs. All right. Okay. I'm going to rename this get artist into get songs, and instead of this artist, I'm gonna change this to song type, which we having in our types, custom types which we created. And instead of artist, I'm gonna change this to songs. Okay, so that's the thing, and it's going to be exactly the same as everything, just no changes at all. So save this changes over here. Okay, so now let's open up our site page.tsx. Let's go here and go to inside the site and go inside the page.tsx. This is the place which is going to display the Spotify homepage. Currently it's displaying it, and I'm going to customize it everything over here. So I'm just going to delete this stuff, delete it, and make it word wrap. So here I'm going to create a div, enter. So for this, what I'm going to say, class name, it's going to be rounded LG, and height, of course, it's going to be full. Width, of course, it's going to be full. Overflow, it's going to be hidden, and overflow Y, it's going to be auto. And inside here, I'm going to bring the header first. If you have a look at here, and if I click the home, you can see we're having this button, we're having this welcome back, and we're having this like songs, which if I click this, it will takes me to the favorites section, and we are displaying the list of songs over here. So that's what we are about to do here. So I'm going to bring the header component, which is coming from header, right? Okay. So we don't want to cache this page, right? So in order to do that, I'm just going to say export const revalidate. Okay, revalidate is equals to 0, right? So this header component is expecting now a child component. I'm just going to say hatch true, and I'm going to say welcome back. And here, okay, here, which I'm going to display class name and my 4 like margin top and bottom 4, and text is going to be Excel, and font, of course, it's going to be bold, and the text color, it's going to be neutral 400. So this text needs to be displayed only if I have this user object. If there is no user object, then I need to display something else. From where use user at hook use user, then I'm going to get the user instance from here, user. So this need to be displayed. If I have the user object, in that case, then I need to display this paragraph, this text, or else I need to display this welcome back, or else I need to display authenticate to listen ad-free musics. Save the changes. And if I say solve, I'm getting an error message. What is that? But none of its parents are not. Okay. So if I change this to use client, it is going to throw an error. Yep. Now it's saying, yep. Now you can see it's working perfectly as it's supposed to be, right? So otherwise, if you're changing this into use client, you can't get the songs information. So it's better to, what we can do is, let's leave this as a server side component itself. I'm just going to keep this for the time being. Welcome back. Later we'll figure it out. Let's do something for this issue. Okay, because we need to keep this as a server side component. Reason is because we need to fetch the songs details from the get songs over here, right? Okay, so, and right after this h2 tag, right after here, I'm going to bring a link tag, link, which is coming from next link, enter. And inside here, it's need href, and of course I'm going to navigate the user to favorites. So far we don't have that route, so don't worry about it. And inside here I'm going to create a div and class name. Of course it's going to be a class name, and it's going to be rounded medium, and bg neutral 400 slash 20, and padding right, of course it's going to be 12, and flex item center, justify center, overflow hidden, and gap between it's going to be 2, and cursor, of course it's going to be the pointer. Okay, and now inside here I'm going to create one more division. For that I'm going to have a class name. It's going to be aspect square, like 1:1 ratio, and width 12 and height 12, and flex item center and justify center, bg gradient to bottom right. Okay, from blue 700 via blue 400 to blue 400/45. Save this change. So if you save it, that's how it should look. So for this link tag, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say class name, width, of course it's going to be full, flex item center, and justify everything in the start. It's just like this. Let's look at that. Okay, now inside here, now what I need to do inside this division, I'm going to bring a heart, okay, so for6, make this as a for6 version. Save the changes. Now you should get that heart over there. Cool, that's looking cool. And right after here I'm gonna bring a paragraph tag, and I'm going to say this liked songs. Save these changes, something like that. How cool is that, right? That's looking awesome. Then after that, next what I need to do after this header, I'm going to bring the content. So div, which is going to be the class name, and which is going to be the width full, and flex is going to be 1. And inside here I'm going to bring the page content. Of course we don't have the page content, so what I need to do, I'm going to create a new page content, and I'm going to send these songs inside songs inside the songs, because so far we don't have the songs also. And along with the, I'm going to get the artist information, then I'm going to display the artist informations over there, artists. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to fetch the songs and artist as well. So const songs equals to get songs, and we need to make sure this is going to be an asynchronous function. And let's use the await keyword over here, copy and paste it, and let's change this to artist, and I'm going to get that from the artist. Okay, and we don't have this page content so far. Inside the site I'm going to create a components folder, and I'm going to copy this page content, and I'm going to create a new component inside this as a tsx. Okay, so now inside this page component we have to make sure this as a client side component, use client, and sfc, I'm going to say page content, and inside this currently I'm going to create a div, and I'm going to make this as a page content, and I'm going to create an interface over here as the page content props. Open it, and it's going to listen to this. It's going to have a prop called songs, which is going to be the song type of array. Then I'm going to get the artist, which is going to be the artist type of array, and let's add it over here. So react.fc functional component, and let's use this page content props, and let's get those props over here, songs and artists. Right, save these changes, and let's get back over here. Let's import it from where /page content. Okay, and let's separate these things. Let's bring this to the all the way to bottom. Like this. Okay, so now we can see we are getting the page content over here. So let's get back to the page content, and now what I have to do is I'm going to create a division. For this division I'm going to say it's going to be a grid. Okay, and grid is going to be column 2 for the mobile devices, and from the medium devices onwards, okay, grid column, it's going to be 3, and from the large devices onwards, grid column, it's going to be 4, and Excel devices onwards, grid column, it's going to be 5, and 2 Excel devices onwards, grid column, it's going to be 8. Okay, and margin top, it's going to be 4, and px, it's going to be 4, gap, it's going to be 4, something like that. Let me enable the word wrap so we can see it clearly. Save these changes. Cool. Now inside here, I'm going to bring that songs, and before that, what I'm going to do is, let me go to this page content of artist, and just exactly the same way I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to check the songs now. If the songs dot length is then no songs data available. If not, we are going to display that songs dot map, and I'm going to get the every single item one after another. Then I'm going to render this, and for the time being, I'm going to bring the paragraph tag. Then I'm going to say keep this as item dot key is equals to item dot id, and here I'm just going to bring the item dot title. So item dot title. Save these changes, and now you should see all those titles. Okay, so one after another. Now you can see we're having 5 different columns, and you can see 5 different titles over there, which means the song data is fetched successfully and it's displaying over there. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to create a new component called song item. So let me create a new component over here, song item dot tsx. Okay, so now inside this song item, of course, this is going to be use client. Let's make this an interface as song item props, which is going to be, it's going to receive the data in the form as song type, then, and it's going to receive the artist data in the type as artist type. Then on click, of course, we are going to get the id as a string type, and we are going to call up or return a void data in this function, right? This is the prop, and sfc, and I'm going to get this song item, and I'm going to, for the time being, I'm going to create a div with the name as song item, and I'm going to extend this react.fc. I'm going to bring this item props over here and expand this data, artist, and on click. Save these changes. Let's get back over here. Instead of this paragraph tag, I'm going to bring that song item, and I'm going to supply the key as item.id to avoid the issue. Then I'm going to supply the data, which is going to be the item. Then I'm going to supply the artist, which is going to be so this is the place it gets trickier, because we need to send the artist, which matches the artist id, who's equals to this particular artist id. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use this artist dot filter function, filter. Okay, then I need the data. What if I need the index number? I can use find index or find method, right? So what we can do is, let's search for js find method. If instead of using I think the find method is going to return that specific object. I think so. Find method returns the value of the first element that passes this test. Yes, it's returning the value. So instead of filter method, what we can do is we can use this find method. So I'm gonna get that artist, single artist, and that particular artist dot id should be equals to the item dot artist id. If it is say so, then what we need to do, we need to return the artist. So song item which is going to be the artist and which is going to be the type of the artist. We are getting an error over here. Save this changes. Type artist is not undefined. Undefined is not assignable. We are not setting it to undefined. It's getting a type issue over here. On click. So let's make this on click. I'm going to send this callback function and let me keep this as an empty, but over here we are getting a type error. Why? Why am I getting this issue? Artist, which is going to be the type of the artist, data. I'm getting the artist over here. React.functional component. I'm not sure, so let me reload. Control Shift. Oops. Control Shift to be reload the window and let me check it out. Finish. Still this. We are getting that error. Why? How come? How come we are getting that issue? Songs.map, we are getting the item and song item key data. It's going to be artist item and artist, which is going to be. Let me use the filter method then. Filter, and that from that I'm going to get the. Okay, so we need the complete object. So if I'm using the find, it's going to return it as the value, and that values are not matching the type of this artist type, right? So that's and if you are using the filter method, and in the first index you're going to get the complete object which is going to match this artist data. So my bad. All right, so that cost me extra 5 minutes. Okay, so now the song data and everything is there. So let's go ahead and customize the song item over here. Now inside this item, so of course we need to get the we need to load the artist image, and as well as we need to load the songs image as well as. So what I'm going to do is let's get back to the hooks. In just like the same way, copy and paste the use artist load. I'm just going to say use load song image and then I'm just going to copy, and inside here I'm going to rename this to use load song image, and this is going to be the song. So song, change this to type of song. Okay, I don't need this artist, and if not song, return it as null. Data image data Supabase client from where? From songs, and change this to song dot which one? Song dot song URI. So we need the song dot song URI. Okay, so we need to load the song image. So that should be image URI. Yes. So because we have two of the things over here, right? You can see we have the song and image. For song you need to load the image URI, right? Then for audio file you need to use the song URI. Right now we are trying to load the song image only, so I'm trying to fetch the storage from where? From the images only, not the song. From the images bucket you need to get this images URI name from this images bucket and return that public URL. So save these changes. Let's get back to our page content where it is song item over here, not this one. Page content and song item. I think this is the one. Yes, song item. So I need to display the artist image and as well as the song image. So let's say const song image path is equals to use load song image, and I'm going to supply the data into it. Then const artist image path is equals to use load artist image, and I'm going to supply the artist into it. Right now we have both of the songs and informations which is necessary for us, and now all we have to do is to go ahead and create these stuffs like this. So first what I'm going to do is, for this division, I'm just going to say class name which is going to be relative and group and flex column, item center, justify center, and rounded is going to be medium. And let me enable the word wrap over here so that you can see it clearly. Rounded, medium. Then overflow, it's going to be hidden, and gap x, it's going to be 4, and bg, it's going to be neutral 400, and divided by 5. Okay, then right after here, I'm just going to say cursor pointer, and on hover, what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to say bg neutral 400/10, and which is going to be the easiest transition, and padding, of course, it's going to be 3. Save this changes. Now you should get some nice background color over here, and when you're hovering it, you should get some nice design just like this. Now inside this, instead of this song, I'm just going to create a division, and let's say class name, which is going to be relative, and then it's going to be aspect square, and width, of course, it should occupy width, complete width, and height, and rounded, of course, it's going to be medium, and overflow, it's going to be the hidden. And inside here, I'm going to bring that image from where next image. Then for this, I need to supply the class name. Of course, it's going to cover the complete object cover, and it should fill the entire stuff. And the source for that src, it's going to be image path. So which image path? Song image path. And if not, I'm going to load from /img/ which one? Public image song.jpg. I'm going to load song.jpg. That's the thing. Okay, and this is supposed to be R, right? And of course we need to display the alternative. So the alternative is going to be data.title. That's the alternative. Save the changes. Now you should get that image over here. Look at that. So we are getting all the necessary images which is based on that song, right? How cool is that? Next, after that division, so right after that division, this is the place that division is being finished. So right after that division, I'm going to create one more div, and I'm going to say class name flex column, item start, and width, if going to full, padding bottom, top and bottom is going to be 2. I'm going to display the paragraph, and this is the place where I'm going to display the title. And after that, we need to display the artist and artist name. So for this class name, and this class name, of course, we need to make sure this paragraph is occupying the complete width. So width full. Then I need to truncate the unwanted spaces, and I need to keep this font as semi-bold. Then I need to make this text size as a base size, text space, something like that. Okay, and the text neutral, it's going to be 400. Save these changes, or let's keep it as 300. And instead of base size, let's keep it SM. Okay, that's looking cool. And right after this paragraph tag, I'm going to create one more division, and which is going to be width, of course, it's going to be full, and flex, item center, and justify it on the starting location. All right, then, and here I need to bring that division, right, to display the artist image. So let's open the song model. I'm going to copy that image, where it is, model artist item, I think so, model artist item. and this is the division I need. I'm going to copy it from here. I'm going to paste it, and this is going to be data dot not data dot author artist dot author, and this is going to be artist image path. So save these changes. Now I hope, yeah, now we can see that. Okay, and here let's increase the gap as 1. Okay, so now we have some gap over here, and right after this image, immediately this division. Okay, so I'm going to bring the paragraph tag, which is going to be exactly the like same over here, but this time is going to be sx xs, and this is going to be artist dot author. Save this changes, something like that. Okay, and I need some gap between these two objects, so gap it's going to be 1. And for this, I'm going to fix the minimum width as 6. It should not shrink less than that. Yep, that's I think looking good. And the size color it's going to be 400. All right, perfectly fine. Okay, so and we need to bring that play button over here, right? So in order to do that, what we need to do is, so right after the go to the last division. Yep, over here I'm going to create a div class name, and I'm going to make this as an absolute, and I'm going to make this as a bottom 20. I'm going to make this as a right 5, and I'm going to bring that I'm going to bring the play button over here. So play button, and that is going to be the component play button. All right, so let's go ahead and create the play button for the time being now. So copy this, go to your components folder, create a new file .tsx. Okay, so now all we have to do is to write the styles for this play button, and let's make this as sfc play button, and here I'm gonna bring that button. So let's create this as a button, close this, enter, and this is going to be far play. Okay, for this class name, okay, I just need to add the transition. Of course, I think I added the transitions over there. Opacity, initially it's going to be 0. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some drop shadow medium and translate and translate y is equals to 1 by 4. Translate y is equals translate y 1 by 4, and group hover, I'm gonna make the translate y as 0, and on hover I'm just going to scale. So sad, sorry. And on hover I need to make the scale as 110. Let me bring the view over here. So let's elaborate the styles one more time over here. So we need to add the opacity, and let's make this a rounded complete full, rounded full. And drop shadow, we needed it, drop shadow, and translate, we are adding the translate y is equals to 1 by 4 initially, and when you are hovering it we are making it 0, and hovering it we are making the scale level. And this color, its class name, it's going to be text black. Save it, and let's bring this over here. Let's check it out. And now if I'm nothing is happening, refresh it. Okay, there. Okay, something, it's fishy over here. Only if I move my cursor over that location, it's displaying. I think the issue is because of the group, because if for the button component also we have group, and for the song item also we have grouped over here. See, so it's taking the inner group of your button. So instead of keeping this as a button, what we can do is we can keep this as a button. So save this changes. Now if we are changing this, we need to add few more styles over here. So I'm just going to copy and replace these styles over here, just like this, because few of the styles are already repeated in our button component. So I just omitted it. So save these changes, and now you can see we are having that it's working perfectly, right? So previously what is the issue is because inside the button component we just added the group property over here. So because of that only, it is not only if I move my cursor to this location, the button is being popped up. But right now you can see it's working perfectly how we expected it, right? So even when you are adding the if you are adding the songs constantly, you can able to list out all these songs over here. You can see all these songs. If I click one more time, if I add a new song, and that will be instantly reflected over here, right? So far we successfully finished displaying the songs details over here, and if I move it, you can see it's completely responsive, right? So I think we successfully finished the task for this today's sessions, and in the next day what we are going to do is we are going to apply this search option along with the play options and favorites options. That's what we are going to complete in the next day session. And after that we need to implement the Stripe membership, and after that and finally we need to push this to the cloud. All right, so I'll see you in the next session.